Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 14 of our Timberborn playthrough. If you guys are new to the series, definitely check out some of the older videos. Leave a like and a comment, let me know how I'm doing. Also helps with the video engagement. And consider subscribing to the channel to stay up to date on this series as well as others. Like always, we'll go through a quick recap of episode 13, and then we'll get into the video. Okay, so in episode 13, we started to work on, or not started to work on, but we got a lot of our oil processing built. Very excited for that. We are going to be finally getting this canola turned into canola oil. We have a tremendous amount of canola stockpiled in both of these storage facilities, but we are getting pretty close to filling up our large warehouse as well. We also set up pine resin production here. You can see that the pine is being planted, and the first of the tapper shacks is ready to go. Might as well pause that since there's no resin to be gathered. We also worked on setting up our future science district up here. Still need a name for that. If you guys can think of anything that would be good for a science district, please let me know. And we have this area here that we will put in the what is it called? The district crossing when the time comes. We should be getting pretty close to getting all this metal so that we can move our guys up here to start getting that. We also worked on preparing for future book production as well as the finished planks or whatever they are called. Might as well actually unpause that if we want to get the books produced. But I think we'll go ahead and we'll put I'll leave one of them on moderate priority. These two on the lowest, though. And then we also need to get a... just like that, so that those will have power. Okay, so what are we going to be doing today? Well, first of all, I would like to get this area dynamited out. I realized that these were actually too far from the district center, so I had to go ahead and put this stair in here, but they should all work now. At least all the farthest ones do. So we should be good. And I'm actually, yeah, those are already set to the highest priority because I want to plant some soybeans over here, I think. Maybe kohlrabi. I'm thinking soybeans. Let's go with soybeans. And then we're also going to work on setting up just some other food production associated with the oil. As I mentioned, soybeans, we're going to need fermenters in here to get that going. And I feel like the best way to do it is just to draw from the power that we've already got here. So there are a couple ways that we could do that. We could put them in here. That would be very convenient, at least for the oil. Or we could kind of put them in down here, which would kind of put them, you know, halfway between the oil and the soybeans. Just kind of depends on, you know, on how we want to lay it out. We did start to bring our power down here. Not sure if that was the best way to do it. We could wrap it around this way. There are a lot of options. Although I kind of want to leave this open for future oil production. Just because, you know, I rarely play with the Iron Teeth, and I certainly haven't played with the Iron Teeth in this new update. And Darren Rav, I really hope I pronounced that right, pointed out that the canola seed is adequate for a large map. The oil production may not be, so I kind of want to leave this area open for future oil production. So with that in mind, let's figure out how we want to get our power around here. Now, you know, there are a couple ways that we could do it, but I think the way that we're going to go with, just because it's kind of interesting, is we're going to jump the power up here. So we're going to go spin that around. Get the power to run all along here. Then turn. And then we will bring it over here. And then we'll have to get down here somehow. We might just kind of jump down here. Like so. So if we want to do it that way, we'll go ahead and get those in. We will get a turn. And then we'll jump the power down, and then we'll just leave that platform there. Not sure how they're going to do that, but they can figure it out. And then we'll give them a path right here so that they can work on that. And we'll just leave that at moderate priority. I think what we're going to do, we'll put that at moderate. We'll put this at highest. Moderately high, that is. And then they can keep working. So, this district is doing great. We are about to go into a drought, so let's go ahead and pause these. These need to be set to water storage. And then we will come through and we'll pause a few of these as well. We'll leave 2 running in there. This water, you know, it affects the kohlrabi, sure, but you know, we got water around here. It shouldn't be too horrible. And then we've got our builders going full speed ahead here in this district. So that is good. This is not producing any power. I assume the reason is that these are not functional. Let's see if I turn that on. Yes, there we go. So why don't we get one of those oil presses actually operating, so that we can start to get some canola oil going. Now there's no big reason to get the canola oil going if we're not going to be using it. So let's kind of start to map out some of our production. So you got to think that the power is going to come down here, and there's going to be a shaft right here. So we're going to need fermenters, yes, which are this shape. So I could do something like that, kind of mirror them. Yeah, so let's get some platforms in here. I'm not really sure how many I'm going to need. But if we get one like that, so we could have one there, flip that one there, gap, one there, flip that one there. I don't really know how many of these I'm going to need. Something like that for now. And then we could run this platform down here. And then we're going to have to link the power in. So if we put a triple there, something like that. And then I'm just going to delete these off the top, just so that they can build all of that. Yeah, and that should work. And I think what we'll probably do is, so we're going to want a platform coming off here for the path. And then we'll have a path running down in there. We can get rid of this last one, maybe put something in there, like a shrub. Path running down there. And then do we want a path there, or would we put another... No, I actually wouldn't be able to put another one there, so that'll go like that. For now. And again, I genuinely have no idea how many of these I need. But I think for now, that will work. And then once they get this built, then I can come along and have them actually build the... So let's make that highest priority, and then let's make this all the next highest. All this power stuff. That whole row. I would just want this built so that that area is kind of finished. And you can see that we're starting to get some oil in there, which is great. Okay, so let's do a quick conditions check. We have 3.2 thousand, or 3.2k of water stored up for this current drought. It's a nice short drought, only 3 days left. And then let's break that down. So we have about 750 in this district, and then 2.2k in this district. Food, totally fine. We are absolutely fine on food, not worried about the food at all, which is great. We are getting this dynamite placed, which is great to see. Some of the pine trees are actually up and running, so we're, you know, getting there on the pine resin, which is very good. And then this district, Hillview, is actually pretty much in a holding pattern for right now. Most of the work that we're going to be doing today is going to be more involved over here. One thing that I do want to make sure gets done, though, is over in this district, I really want to get some of this stuff built. We do have the builders, and we should have the resources. So they're coming up here. They're kind of clearing these trees, which is great. Let's get them to clear off the top of this. Not exactly a priority, but I do want to dynamite it out so that we can get a nice flat area up there. And then similarly, I would like to clear out down here as well so that we can clear these resources. But if we come over here, book production being a priority. So let's get that built. Then let's get all of this done. And then let's do all of that as well. The refined planks, what are they called? The wood workshop, what do they make? Strengthens them. Yeah, I don't know. I forget what they're called. Treated planks. The treated planks, those can wait. We're not really building anything that requires them for now. But once we get there, then it's going to be, you know, all hands on deck for the treated planks. Now, another little project that I want to begin to work on is I want to set up like a water district that does nothing but pump water. And I want it to be like out here in the center of this area, of this lake. And we know that if we go to our water pumps, they can reach to a maximum depth of 6. So right now, our depth is 1, 2, 3, 4 in here. So we do need to dynamite out 2 additional depths of dynamite in order to get that to happen. So what I'm thinking is we will put some stairs in here, put some stairs in here, and then put some stairs in here so that we can start to work on getting some dynamite in there. And I'm actually going to make those the highest priority after they finish these, just so that we can get they're doing pretty good in here. This is just shrubs, and yeah, this is all logs, so these should get built pretty quickly. The bell, planks and metal blocks. I'm excited for the bell. I don't think we have a bell yet. Yeah, we don't. None of this leisure stuff is getting built because gotten. None of this leisure stuff has gotten built, has been built. God, I don't know words. Has been built because we keep jumping it with other things that I deem more important. So whether that's the right thing or not, I have no idea. Let's check on our population. So oh wow, look at that. We actually have 4 unemployed beavers in Fall City. However, over in Hillview, let's check it out, 9. So let's just do a quick migration, I think. So from Fall City to Hillview, send them 5. So now there shouldn't be... Yeah, so they still have 4 vacancies here. Fall City has 1 vacancy, although we do have a lot of these farms paused. We also have some of the oil paused. And we have all of our water pumps paused. So it's kind of it's an artificial high employment, I guess you would say. So we're getting the dynamite laid. We have a pretty good amount of explosives over here, which is good to see. And we are just about finished here with what we've got set up. So we got a couple more shrines to go, and then a bell. And then we should be good to go. The bell actually has everything it needs. It just needs to be built. And then we'll have a nice little leisure area, or relaxing area, over here for the beavers. So now let's work on kind of how we want this to go. So I'm thinking we'll just do the sensible thing, and we will start by dynamiting out roughly a square that we can work with. So let's just ring this with a path really quick so that the beavers can get there. Granted, they This will be far, but I love this new mechanic where the beavers can pretty much go as far as you want them to. It's just a question of, like, logistically it taking them a while to get there, because it allows you to kind of prep the areas before you start the new district, which is exactly what I'm doing, because our new district is going to be focused in here. I just want to take this down to a depth of 6 so that when we install the new water pumps, they have full access to this water. And I almost envision these pumps just never turning off, because this whole area I'm going to bring down to a depth of 6. It's going to take ages, and it honestly might be something that once we kind of get on a roll with it, I do in between. Oh, and we are running out of metal? Yeah, we're just about. So we'll have to remember to turn these off and then shift them up here to continue to get the metal on their expedition. And then once they do, we'll shift this over to empty that out. Oh, and we got the bell. Oh, and does the bell ring for the end of the workday? That would actually be awesome if that's the case. I have no idea. I just heard it ring, so you really never know. But now they're going to transition over. They're going to build these stairs, which will be great. And then they're going to come over here and start to dynamite this area out. And let's just continue to prioritize some minor things in here so that we can start to dig out in there and build our little district. Okay. So some of the other things that we wanted to do. Okay, so great. They got all of the dynamite laid in here. All headphone users, forgive me for that. I apologize. I will try and fix it in post-production. But anyway. So we have this nice area cleared. What I think I'm going to do, let's square this off. So let's remove all of that, and we can plant soybeans in here. And I have no idea how many soybeans we're going to need. If any of you guys, I love getting the comments as far as, like, how much of a given resource I genuinely need. And I'm going to take that back, and let's extend the fence just so that I can maximize. So let's put the fence there. And then let's drop it down. I genuinely have limited knowledge of how much of a given resource we need. So if any of you guys, want to give recommendations as far as, am I building too much? Am I building too little? I tend to not know. So with that being the case, I welcome all feedback. So let's get some soybean storage in here. Put a path in. And then let's see how we want to do this. So we're going to want path up. Something like that. So that we can get our farmers up on top of it. Get some stairs going up there. Path, path, path. And then why don't we connect it there, and then we can sever this path right here. And get rid of this one. And then we can leave that path because we're going to do the same thing on this side. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We will have stairs going up. Path across the top. Path, path, path. And then we can get rid of that. Okay, so now let's get some farmhouses. So if we rotate these around, so this farmhouse will be able to reach almost all the way out there, but these ones will also be able to reach, and I know that they prioritize kohlrabi, but if the kohlrabi storage is full, they could certainly come over and work on some soybeans. I have a general feeling that this is not going to be enough soybeans, but Again, I don't know. So let's come in here. Let's plant soybeans. All in there. And then let's prioritize the removal of these so that we can get those soybeans in here. Okay, so how are we doing? The power is getting built. This is getting there. Let's we can put that on moderately high. Looks like I didn't catch that underneath. We'll get that as well, so they can come in here and build that. Oh, our drought has ended, so we should really get these back operational, as well as over here. And then we have 3 new ones in here that do need to be prioritized by haulers, so that we can get lots of water. Let's see, no goods selected, nothing to do in range. Okay, cool, so our metal is done. So let's get rid of these, and let's empty this facility, and then we can get these operational, so that we can continue to get metal in here, and these will supply to other warehouses, and that is prioritized by hauler. And then once this is emptied, we can go ahead and delete that and move on to our next project. Now, one thing that we could do while we're up here is dynamite the top of this off. And I wonder if I get rid of that, can I get some dynamite in there? Yep, those are all close enough to be able to be built. Our soybeans are being built. Let's take a look at these soybeans. So they take 8 days to grow 2. Yeah, so they're more efficient than the cassava. Obviously less efficient than kohlrabi, less efficient than canola. You know, it's kind of a mix. But I have a feeling that this won't be enough. It'll be enough so that, you know, some of the residents of Fall City will be able to eat soybean, but it will not be enough for, you know, to have an excess and be able to export it. I don't think. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think that will be the case. And, you know, unfortunately, we're kind of running out of growable land here in Fall City without doing some pretty major irrigation work, but let's detonate that so that we can square that off. And then let's start to get this dynamite laid. So I'll just put all of that at highest priority. Yes, and it does sound like the bell rings for the end of workday, which is great. And then after they do that, I'm going to give them an opportunity to build out some of this leisure stuff, because I feel like if we just continue to jump it, it's just never going to get built. So we'll put that at moderately high priority. Great, so we got some soybean going. We are getting some dynamite laid up here, which is great. I do have a feeling that this is not enough dynamite production. If we take our layers down so that we can view these, you know, we do have an excess, but we may want to think about getting some more dynamite produced. Also paper, now that we have all 4 of these printing presses running, we are going to need more paper. So let's get another worker in there on the paper. And then let's see how our populations are doing. So we got 6 vacancies over here. We're holding pretty steady, growing just a little bit. Over here, 14. We are still growing, pretty stable. You know, we're just lagging behind a little bit, behind Fall City. And let's go ahead and pause this as well. And now that we have all the pine, we can actually pause the forester, because these pine will never be cut down, which is good. Speaking of cutting down, yep, everything looks good in here. We're getting our water stored, which is excellent. And we're doing pretty good. Let's see how we're doing on the oil. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's coming along. I genuinely, again, I don't know. I don't know how the oil works. We are getting some dynamite laid. So we just have to remember, this is level 4. So when we blow this, this whole square will be at level 4. Then we can continue to go down. Beaver is injured. Oh, okay. They're already in the hospital. That is good. Our little hospital area. And I just love, every time I come over here, I just love how Hillview came together. I think it looks really good with these houses on the hill. We do have 13 homeless in Hillview. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable. How did that happen? How did none of you in the comments tell me that we have homeless beavers in this city? Unbelievable. Alright, well what I think we're going to do is let's clear this out so that we can run this path through here. I don't know if there's any... Yeah, no storage for the logs. Yeah. So we'll just run through there, and then let's get some houses set up out here. So let's get... do I want to do a barrack? Can I fit a barrack anywhere in here? Might be able to. Could probably fit it like a... Let's unlock the large barrack. Oh, that's deeper, not taller. Yeah, we could probably put like a barrack in there. Let's see where this height is at. So, triple. So if we go up like that. And let's see, so double. Let's go, so if we come out like that, and then we do something like that, we can get some stairs down, and then we can get a barrack in there. Let's go into our... Let's do something like that. Ooh, actually, if we get rid of that, we could put some stairs up on top of there. And then we could get... maybe a row house, like right there. Get a path over to it. And then we could probably put that shrine back in that we ripped out. So let's get a shrine. Spin that around. Actually, before we put that in, we're going to put a shrub right there. Ooh, or do we want a 1x1 roof? No, I like the shrub. We are going to need a 2x1 roof up there, though. And I believe in order to build that, we're going to need a little bit of scaffolding to get up there. So let's put that in. And then let's run this path down there. And we can run this path like that. And then we could put another shrub in like that. Perfect. Perfect. Exactly how we wanted it to be. But let's see how is that going to do for housing. So this is 10. And then this is the row house we went with, yeah. So that's 5. So that's 15 vacancies that we would fill. And we have 11 homeless. Yeah, see, I don't think that that's quite good enough. So why don't we... if we put something in there... get some stairs going up here. Just as a, you know, another alternative route to get up. Stairs going up. And then we could get a few houses in here. So if we just fill that up, why don't we go with one of those and one of those. And we'll just get a path running in there. Like that. And we're going to need some decorations on there as well. So, like that. This one is going to need some scaffolding to get up there. I don't know if that will work. As far as, can they go up on the stairs and then kind of build sideways? Not sure. We will have to see. But let's come through here. Let's prioritize this stack right here, as well as the shrub. And then they can get to the rest of that whenever they do. Okay. And these beavers are laying this dynamite, which is perfect. Let's go ahead and start to detonate some of this once again. I apologize, headphone users. And then we just need that last one to be laid. Should be a beaver making his way out here. There he is. To get that laid. Okay. So now, once we blow this, this whole square is now at 4 levels down. And we want to get the whole thing to 6 levels down. So we have to do quite a bit of dynamiting. And I think that this is all okay. Yeah, some of it is not quite there. So let's delete that. Let's get a stair in there. Okay, and then we need to do another one over here, so let's delete that. Get a stair in there. And hopefully that will give us enough access to all of this. I'm just trying to check like random ones to see. Like I know that these are too far, but hopefully when we put those stairs in, we might have to put some paths in there. We'll see. But okay, these guys are building away. We are getting our shrubs in here. We are getting our leisure area set up. Our beaver statue. I haven't set up the bell yet, but that's okay. And this is going to be a really nice little area for our beavers to utilize. Okay, so once this gets built, what do we want to prioritize? I'm kind of thinking that we prioritize these soybean farms. Although soybeans still have a few days to get there. But I think... Yeah, I definitely want to get the soybean farms up and running before I build the fermenters. Just seems like that makes sense. Let's put those at maximum priority. And then let's put this whole thing on moderately high priority. And then I think it would honestly make sense to bring these down here so that they can help work. And I think what we'll do is we'll just sever those connections. So that they can help build. And they won't actually be connected, but I think that they'll kind of be able to build, you know, adjacent to one another. And that should work. All hands on deck to dynamite this out, get it to maximum depth. Which I think will be good. Okay, so how are we doing over here? Looks like metal blocks, yeah, are the limiting factor. Do we have metal blocks over here? Not particularly. These guys are working. There is scrap metal to be had. This is now empty, so we can get rid of that. And quite honestly, it might just be that this is so far. Yeah, it's 151. I don't really know what 151 means, but it's 151. I mean, come on. And let's see, these are all logs. Yeah, let's just get rid of those. We have plenty of logs. We don't need to be stingy on the logs. And just like that, it was like we were never there. Never there. Okay, so this is ready to be dynamited out. So we will go ahead and do that. And now let's come in here. Let's get rid of this path. Let's see how far we can go. I'm not sure. Yeah, that should all work. So we can get that in there. Put that on the highest of priorities. Look at this guy. He's just making his way over. Where's he going to build? Oh, he's going to build that. Or that one from down there. Interesting. I didn't think that they would treat that. Yeah, no, I guess that makes perfect sense, actually. Okay, so we got our bell coming along. And then once the bell is done, they should come over here and start to work on these farmhouses. The leisure area is looking good. Let's take a look at our beavers. Alright, so they are not hungry or thirsty. They're not tired. They all have shelter, except for one. And then a good portion of them have wet fur, which is good. One is injured. That's okay. They are eating kohlrabi and fermented cassava. Yep, that's all that's provided right now. Let's see, they have... Not a lot of them utilize campfires, but that's okay. Rooftop terrace, average. Shrubs, tons of shrubs. That's what I love to see. Roofs, they also, a lot of them experience roofs and beaver statues. No monuments. The Fall City beavers looks like they're utilizing the Lidos, which is great. A decent number of the beavers are using books, which is good, and pretty good number use the shrines. So we are doing pretty good on the well-being front. Now, one thing that I am curious of is, are these guys importing books? Import blocked by lack of storage and workplace demand. Ah, so they're not importing books. So we need to actually give them some book storage. This area, are we ever going to dynamite this out? I mean, we could, you know. Or do I just want to fill it in with storage? I'm kind of thinking that we just fill it in with storage, truthfully. Question is, how do we want to orient the storage? Do something like that. We could get a couple storages in there. Maybe one for books. And another one for... books. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. And then we can put more of these big storage facilities in here, if need be. But that'll at least get the storage for books. I have no idea how many books we're actually producing. Whether we have an excess of books. Looks like we have a decent excess of books. I feel like this should be more of a library function. I don't know why the beavers are consuming the books. I don't know what they're doing. Are they eating the books? Oh no, we are completely out of paper. Oof. That's not good. Because paper drives explosives and books. So this consumes 1 every hour and a half. So we're consuming 4 every hour and a half. And this consumes 3 every 3 hours. So this consumes 8 every 3 hours. Plus 3, 6, 9. 17 every 3 hours. And these essentially produce 2. Yeah. Quick math in my head. We do not have enough. How many we do need? Not sure. That math is way too complicated for me. I would need a pen and paper. But anyway, let's get some paper. Let's get a little bit more paper produced. Luckily, these are nice and small, so we could actually get some paper in here. Go like 1, 2... Probably get like 4 of them over here if we just dynamite out this corner. So let's do that. Let's get some stairs up there. Let's get path running down like that. Perfect. And then we can go ahead and get some dynamite on there. Perfect. Let's get this built. Let's get this built and that. and then we can get some more paper production going, because we are definitely going to need it. We are not nearly producing enough paper. Let's take a look. 7 vacancies here, 8 over here. It's a fairly comfortable amount of vacancies, I would say. And what are these unconnected buildings? Why are they unconnected? Oh, because they haven't built this platform yet. So let's get that built. Okay, so this is going pretty good. Pretty good. And I think this is oh, let's double check. Yeah, no homeless beavers. Perfect. We are expanding the hillside living. Love how that looks, and it's going to look awesome when these are done. But I think that this is going to bring us to the end of this episode, guys. I hope you've been enjoying it. If you've been enjoying the series, definitely let me know in the comments. Leave a like if you made it this far and you enjoyed the video. And if you are feeling particularly generous, you can check out the Patreon, where you can get access to all of my save files. I am putting together a Discord that is not Patreon related. That will be for everyone, where everyone will be able to discuss all these games. And just generally, you know, have good banter. If you consider subscribing to the channel so you can stay up to date on all these series, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Thanks.